I didn't have any night's sleep. Well, how are you doing? Like to shout out to the two Labradors from Donegal that must have liked and subscribed. We've got an extra few subscribers on our channel. So again, thank you to the two Labradors.
We're heading to Navar Forest tonight to stay over. Google says that it is only open until sunset, but like sunset, what time does that mean they're locking the gates? I have no idea. So we're hoping that we get there before the lock is out. Don't mind getting locked in, but we don't want to get locked out. We were playing chicken with the weather forecast because it was raining this morning, so we weren't going to go. We were going to stay home and get a wee Chinese or a chippy and watch something on the videos instead. But once the sun came out at lunchtime, I was like, the hell with it, we've got to go. So we only get so many good weekends. So Tony's away, sent Carter to Granny's. Thank you very much, Granny and Granda. So while he's away, then obviously we said we're going to go and make the best out of it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we get there and we have a good time. We've got alcohol-free beer for him. Well, mine's not alcohol-free. It is if anybody asks. It's just Diet Coke. And some steaks, some potatoes that I've already boiled because I want to be able to dice them up, a wee bit of onions. Dinner, it's a spicy steak that I've got. Not sure what it's going to be like. Thank you, come along. We'll see you when we get up there. I thought they'd finished doing all the logging and fixing after the storms, but look at this, we got up here just to be told forest is closed. And to be fair, they have done a lot of tree cutting. Look at the heck of this. And even if you wanted to try and just kind of be cheeky, you can't, because if you check up there in the distance, they've locked the gate. Mind you, the smell of the wood, absolutely delicious. That scuppers that plan, so we won't be staying in Navar tonight. When you come around here, there's a little car park, but there's already a van parked up and they beat us to it, so it's a bit too cosy to be having our rooftop tent next to their big van. The whole point is when you come away, you don't want neighbours, well, not very close neighbours, and you could pass a cup of tea to each other through the window. So onwards, upwards, forwards, backwards, I don't know. We'll have to go somewhere now and see where else we can get. So somewhere to put our head down before it gets too dark. Well, we'll catch up with you again in a wee minute when I'm back in the Jeep and we figured out where we're going to go. I was just 2 seconds too slow. Literally 2 deers just ran past just before we got the camera going. We've just turned off the road into some godforsaken trail. So we're hoping that it's not going to be locked and that it's okay to come in through for the night. I'm actually hoping that we might get to see another deer again because that was absolutely class. We could be on a hide in the nostril and end up having to just turn around and come out, but sure, this is all part of the adventure. So tonight for tea we're having steak, onion and diced potatoes. Like I said, it's all in our fridge freezer, the Total Cool 45 litre that we got off Amazon. It is working brilliantly. It's keeping everything cold. We're not really using the freezer side of it because they're not really long enough, but listen, I got ice cubes for drinks for later. Let's be honest, it's the only reason I bought it, because you're never away long enough that you need to keep something frozen. Apart obviously from ice cubes for drinks. We will have fire. 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 because again, it has started to rain. It's raining, it's not, it's raining, it's not. But what the hell, we'll make the best of it. If any of you have these ridge monkeys, do you actually use both sides of the pan as two separate ones? And can somebody please tell me what the hell this is about? Because I haven't used it. I've used this to fry in, and I've used this obviously. But somebody please tell me what I'm supposed to do with this, because I don't have a clue. We plugged in the Total Cool to the house for a couple of hours first to get it down to temperature, and we've been driving for about 2 hours and had it plugged into the Vitamin since we left the house. But as you can see, it's quite greedy on the consumption there. That's us down to 71%, so basically 30% that it's used in 2 hours. We do have a lead coming from the cigarette lighters in the front into the back, and the last time we ran it off it with the intention of only using the Vitamin when we got stopped. I don't know if you have any better suggestions for, do you have any freezers that maybe aren't as greedy as this one? Let us know in the comments.
Pepper.
Salt and pepper.
Zoom in.
Scram. Dinner's done, put away, fire's lit, so now it's time for spicy juice. The bar is open. Rice. They say you have to slum it when you're camping.
Yeah, hello.
We didn't get to Navar, but we did find a little hidden gem that we're not saying nothing.
To be fair, we're not even sure where it is.
That is very true. We drove on from Navar and happened to find an offshot, so went up there, and of course the rain has started again, which means it's time to get into bed and put on a little bit of telly. I downloaded a couple of things
on Netflix
the last time that we weren't away, but if you saw the last video you'll know that the sunset was just so beautiful that we didn't bother. We just stayed till the very end, got into bed and went to sleep. So this time with the rain we've decided that we're going to get into bed and actually watch a bit of telly. sheltered from it, but I even went on to the roof tent community Northern Ireland, and somebody had a lovely picture of their tent box up at Benone, and they said about the fact that it was a very windy night too, so it must have just been windy everywhere. But I didn't have a great night's sleep. But
I didn't have any night's sleep.
No sleep. Poor man.
Well, as you can see from the video, Navar Forest was a bust. But we drove around and managed to sniff out a wee trail. Had to go off road to get to it. Lovely wee spot, wee bit of forestry, bit of gravel trail up to it. But as always, we leave it as we find it. That way the landowners and farmers, no one has anything to complain about. Thanks for watching.